If excellence is what you see, then excellent is who you be. What are you pursuing? It's all up to you. And when you come and make
Hello, 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 beloved. Dr. Catherine E. James here, bringing you For the Love of It, a weekly television show designed for the sole purpose of adding more love into the world, one episode at a time. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your precious time with me. I am grateful to have you join live, whether you come now on our Fridays, 11:30 to noon, or whether you're here, you're watching on the on-demand HPR TV 33 on demand. However it is that you're watching, I am so grateful that you are here, that you spend time. Now, if you're watching in person today, I am going to invite you to call in because you know that I like engagement, or perhaps you don't know. So let me tell you, I love engagement. So you have three numbers below that you can call in from. And I would love to have you call in sooner than later. So we're not rushing if you've got some juicy stuff to talk about, because I always have some juicy stuff to talk about. For the Love of It will take many forms because we just don't ever know what Papa has in store for us, right? Everything, though, everything will be anchored in Luke 10:27. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, strength, soul, and mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. It's that last part, the as thyself, that is our mandate, our mission, the whole sole purposes of why we do what we do. Is that last part, as thyself. It is my life's intent that every soul would know love and know that they are loved. Everything that I do, I'm leaning in that direction. Sometimes I do it really, really well, and sometimes I miss the mark, but it's still my life's intent. And so I'm always trying to grow and promote and expand that every soul knows love and know that they are loved. So to that end, beloved, to that end, every conversation we have, that we facilitate, all the tools and strategies we share, the guests we have on the show, and the actions we invite you to take will all intended to lead you to live out the assumption of Luke 10:27, that you're going to love well, right? Okay. So today we are, I just decided I love how Papa uses me and how he just, gives me these brilliant ideas, right? As I give space and opportunity to receive. So today I decided it makes sense to end the month. We're just gonna make July Yvonne's month, Yvonne's World Month. We're just gonna make it Yvonne. Yvonne was my mother, and you all know we did a show on the 14th that honored her. And then we talked about her last week. So next year, we're just going to do the whole month about Yvonne or Yvonne's worlds or things that are connected to Yvonne. So this show, Seven, is all about her. It's all about her or her impact on my life and many other lives. So here we go. Here we go. 713 Yvonne's World is a future nonprofit that will be designed to ensure, get this, to ensure that everybody has somebody. Do you hear that? That everybody has somebody. Some kind of way, y'all, we have gotten to a place in our world, in our society, even in our community, where people are alone and lonely and don't have a person. Like, that blows my mind. Just to be totally honest with you, I know how it's possible because I'm a therapist, but it blows my mind that that could even be, with all of the people that exist, with the fact that we came up in family some kind of way, family of origin or family that we made up, something. So it blows my mind and my heart hurts when that's someone's lived reality. So my goal is to lessen that. I'd like to rid it from humanity, period. Because imagine if we lived a world where everybody had somebody, we wouldn't have a lot of the things that we have that come from the internal hurt that people suffer. So, and when I say have somebody, I'm saying somebody who, well, I'm gonna let me stay the script because I'm getting ready to get off. I'm going to go back and talk about Yvonne, and it's somebody similar to Yvonne. Just pick up the nuggets. So I was blessed to have Yvonne Woods as my mother. Yvonne was the oldest of 8 girls, the oldest girl of her other, well, of 8 girls. Yes, she was an amazing and absolutely amazing grandma. You know the kind of grandmothers, the kind of grandmas, right? We didn't call them grandmothers. They call it the kind of grandmas that kept all the kids. And she had 4 girls and all kinds of surrogates and heart children and nieces and nephews. She kept all the kids, right? A grandma who cooked all the time, who washed and ironed. She always had, so it's so funny. She was from the old school. Whenever she ironed, she always had a crease in her pants. I'm just saying. It didn't matter if it was jeans or some white shorts. She was going to have a crease in her pants. Penny loafers with the pennies in them. That kind of grandma. She had this unique way of being that left an indelible mark on me, not only me, but countless others. If she had anything to do with it, everyone would have a person. If she had anything to do with it, everybody would be supported and all would have a place to call home. Imagine a world like that, beloved. Imagine a world like that. We talk about Yvonne's world, so we're going to do a nonprofit that leans to these pillars. That, our goal, our mission would be that everyone has a person. Maybe it's the vision to see that everyone has a person. Everybody would be supported and all would have a place to call home. And our mission would be to put things in place to make this a true reality, right? Mama wasn't very lovey-dovey. She just wasn't. That wasn't her style. And I love yous weren't necessarily plenteous. And you might have needed to hug her first. I'm just saying, that's just the real truth. And although she didn't have a lot of money, she would spend it on you and she would give you her last. That was my mama. She didn't have a car to get to you and all who she loved. And so she would ride the bus, she would take cabs, she would travel for hours, right? And there would not be a birthday without a card. Not in Yvonne's world. And in her own way, she consistently loved well, in her own way. In so many, I and so many others are the benefactors of Yvonne's love. And it keeps giving. It never stops giving. So a lesson here. Mama wasn't perfect. She had some real struggles. She really did. Now, as we all do, I had or have an option of focusing on what worked or what didn't work. So even with Mama's struggles, I had the option of focusing on what worked or what didn't work. And I did better at different times. When I was younger, I probably focused more on what didn't work. We just don't have the wisdom when we're younger. And then as I got older, but quicker, earlier, pretty early, I began to focus on what did work. And that was a blessing. So not lovey-dovey. And yet she provided as best as she could and was consistent in her provisions. Didn't say I love you or hug you first. And yet she would repeat it if you said to her. Now, I want you to get this lesson. I want you to get this lesson, beloved. And don't hesitate to call in. The numbers are below on the screen. Call in. Let's talk about it. If you identify yourself, if you want to talk about it, get some tools and some strategies, because I'm gifted at this. I just am, right? I'm gifted at, you're gifted at something too. And I hope that you are confident enough, that you love yourself enough. I hope that you're willing to say it, because if we don't know you're gifted, we don't know to come to you for the benefit of your gift. So I'm gifted in this. And helping folk to love themselves well and release themselves from bondages that they put themselves in because of the absence of self-love. I know that was a lot right there, so just rewind.
I've heard amazing things about the corn and tomato.
Have you ever found yourself not you could fill in the blank. Have you ever found yourself not because someone else didn't? For instance, have you ever heard yourself saying, well, they didn't speak?
The regular one?
My question to you is,
Do you want?
Did you
Do you want
speak
a
to
side with
them?
that? Fries.
They might say, well, they didn't come over.
Do salad.
My question to
Caesar
you
salad,
is,
fruit.
did you go over?
Um,
You might say, they didn't call.
think I'm
My question to you is, well,
Yeah, of course.
did you call them?
Should we do that one instead?
Yeah.
Right? It's a two-way street. And I know we think some people ought to, supposed to, or whatever. But the reality of it is if they didn't and if they don't, what's your role? What are you gonna do?
Anything else?
How are you gonna
Another
make
drink?
it? How are you gonna get what it is that you want to get? It's because it becomes clear to me that mama didn't do a lot of things because it wasn't what they did growing up. Like she didn't have the insight or the awareness to do it. So I had the choice of being upset with her about what she didn't have, or I could accept her as she was and get my needs met in other ways, or ask for it, or do something different that might invite her to do something different. Right. And so what I did is I invited and she accepted. It's funny. After a while, even though we didn't grow up with a bunch of I love yous and hugs and things like that, you can't tell it by our family now because we greet and love, we greet with hugs and kisses, and we end up with hugs and kisses. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Would not have it any other way. There are studies about the absence of human touch and the problems that it lead to. Safe, healthy human touch. Um, so where am I? Where am I? So when we think about, I said, oh, so basically I'm saying she came to expect it. So even though it wasn't her norm, it normalized so much that even if she doesn't initiate it, if I was to come in after a while and lost my mind for a second or was distracted and didn't go up to her and hug her and things, she would say something like, "Hey, Kathy," or whatever, like, "Oh, hey, Ma," whatever, that kind of thing. So she came to expect it, and if I didn't, she would mention it. I could have gotten upset. Here's the lesson. I could have gotten upset. I could have gotten upset. The numbers are below. Call in again. You're welcome to call in. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. Now, I could have gotten upset at her, the way that she showed up. But this is the thing. When we fight for our limitations, our anger, our frustration, our victimhood, our pissed offness, fill in the blank, whatever it is for you, when we fight for them, when we justify them, when we have sexy excuses for them, we get to keep them. Well, I ain't talking to them because they ain't talking to me. Well, do you want to talk to them? Well, reach out and touch. Reach out and talk. Reach out and call. Well, I'm not doing it because they didn't do it to me. I don't get that. You want it. Go for it. What limitation are you protecting? Pride, ego, all that stuff gets in the way. What are you protecting? Your emotional home. What's your emotional home? Where you are emotionally beloved, let me just say it's your choice. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's your choice. Where you are emotionally is your choice. What story you choose to tell yourself is going to generate the emotion that you have.
Hello, beloved. Your emotional home is your choice. So clearly, I'm out and about. I am in New Jersey visiting. And so I just wanted to give you a little snippet since we are not going live today. So we are right outside the pool and it is nice and warm and toasty, just like it is in Michigan. But as I said on the video, your emotional home is your choice. I'm not saying it's an easy choice, but it is your choice. Feelings are just like a muscle. When you learn to build that muscle, when you decide, number one, that you want to manage them well and that you want to build that muscle, then you will be able to not be triggered by everything and what anyone says to you. So I'm inviting you to decide that you want a new emotional home, beloved, and make that your choice. Make it your business. Make it your business to be in operation. Make it your business to be in to do the work, so that your new emotional home is one of emotional freedom. that you are not so easily triggered by things and people and situations and memories. But freedom is our birthright, beloved. It is indeed our birthright. So I'm inviting you to be free in your spirit, to be free in your soul. I'm inviting you to be free in your relationships. I'm inviting you to be free, beloved. Like, choose freedom. And if you don't think you can have a new emotional home, if you think this is the way I am and it's the way it's going to be, then you're right. You are right. This is the way it is, and this is the way it's going to be. But if you are ready to be free from the things that limit you, if you are ready, Father, you are ready, beloved, to walk out purpose and destiny. If you are ready to live the kind of life that Papa has intended for you to live, then choose to say to yourself that you will have a new emotional home. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. That you will have a new emotional home, that you won't stay where you've been, but you are ready to be free. Look, you do some work. If you need help with that, reach out to me. You can reach me in all different kinds of ways. Check on social media and you can find me. But if you're ready to be free, like that's what I've been put on this earth to do, to help people to be free, to help people to not be imprisoned by their emotions. And I work on it every day. And I've got some tools and strategies that produce results. That produce results. So I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And continue being and doing who you are. And trying not to get people in the background who didn't sign on to be in the background. But we are out and about at my godson's country club in New Jersey. All right. Love you. Bye bye.